Hi guys, it's Shimmy from Crafts, Themes, and Things. So today we are going to make our first jewelry tutorial for Panda Hall. So I'm going to show you how to make these beautiful dangles for your journal. Aren't those gorgeous? So this is just something you can just take a journal, an art journal, or just a regular journal that you write in. I have one here. I am zoomed in so you won't be able to see the whole thing, but I just want to clip it to the journal so you can see what I'm talking about. But I'm sure you've seen these, but they're really beautiful. They just add a beautiful dimension to your books and journals. So I have my smash book here, all about me, so I just want to show you that. And that's the dangle. That's how it looks. Of course it would be hanging from the spine, but just so you get it, and it just has a bunch of little danglies hanging from it in chain. So I'm going to show you how to make these. They're so much fun and so easy to make, and you'll totally get addicted. They make wonderful gifts. You can do them on your spiral notebooks for school, just kind of whatever you want basically, but they look especially cute on journals. So I'm going to show you how to do that with the supplies that we got from Panda Hall. Okay, so let's go over what I have here. So first I have some head pins. So those are the ones that are flat on the bottom. And let me bring it in a little bit more here. So those are the ones that are flat on the top. So we'll be using two, maybe three of those, because I really like a lot of dangles. And they are in this coppery color. I'm going to mix this like antique copper color with silver, because I really like that mixed together. But you could do all copper, or you could do all silver, or you can mix it together like me. But I like these to kind of look eclectic, so with lots of different colors of metals. I think that's really pretty. And then here I just have my stash of jump rings. So we're going to use a big one, a 10M, and I have that in that coppery brass color. And then I have a lobster claw, and it's in that antique kind of brass color. So we're going to use that. And then I have some jump rings here. And these come in all different sizes. Panda Hall does sell jump rings, and I do recommend that you get theirs. They're really good, and it's great because you can get a variety of different kinds. So you can get a variety of different colors. You know how you have to go to Michael's and you have to buy one pack of silver, one pack of gold, you know, and they're super cheap in those packets. So I do recommend that you check that out and kind of see what they have, because they have a great selection. So I'm just going to take some of those out. I might need more, but you never know. Okay, and then here I just have chain, and I got this at my last haul from Panda Hall, so we're going to use that too. This was 47 cents for all this chain. I mean, they just have great prices. And then this is the little key charm that we had before, and then these are some beads from my stash. I think I got these from Michael's, so I'm just going to use those up. And then this is another charm that I got from Panda Hall. Isn't that beautiful? So I think that that'll be gorgeous together. And then this is a bead that I got from Panda Hall from the last haul, so I'll put the link below so you can see that video too. But just beautiful beads. It's like spray painted with black and white and a little bit of gray. And then I cut off a little length of chain from this one, and I'm going to show you how to do that. And then I just had a necklace that was broken that was silver, so I'm going to use that also. So I just cut off several lengths of chain. And yeah, so let's show you how to cut off the chain. So if you wanted to, for the chain, it's broken up into links. Okay, so if you wanted to, you could just take your pliers and just open up like a link. But what I like to do is I just cut it. Okay, so I'll just find an end if I can here that I want to work with. So here's an end. Okay, and then I just take my wire cutters, and we will need round nose pliers and flat nose pliers and wire cutters is what I'm using for this project. And this is a great beginner's project because all you're really doing is opening up jump rings, so it doesn't take, you know, it's not a lot of really hard technique. So I do recommend that you do this. So I'm going to do maybe about 2 inches, and that's probably the longest one is what I'm going to hang the charms from. So I'm going to make 2 of those guys. but you can make these as big or as elaborate as you want. I mean, the one that I showed you, it doesn't have very much on there. So that one's kind of a little more subtle, but this one's going to be really chunky. And then I also have this necklace that broke, so I'm going to use this too. And I like mixing kind of junk elements or broken jewelry into my designs, my jewelry designs. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to cut off a few lengths of this, again, about an inch. And I'm just going to use my wire cutters. That's how I like to do it. And you do lose some of the links, but I don't mind. Okay. Take it. Okay, so we have two beautiful lengths there. Okay, just like that. Okay, so, and I also have these little beads too that I'm going to use, and they're kind of like the crack marbles. I don't know if you've seen those. I have a video on that, how you crack marbles in your microwave, how you crack marbles in your oven. But they have these little beads, and they're so beautiful, and they're cracked, like cracked marbles. So I'm going to use some of those. So I'm just going to select the colors that I want. I think I'm going to use like they have a really pretty like purplish gray color. So I'm going to use that because I think that would enhance the design. I kind of like just going through and picking out different things. And then they have this crushed black one. So I'm going to use that one for sure, because I think that that one's lovely. Okay, and I'm just going to take about 6 of those out. So, I mean, and this is hardly using any beads or jewelry, really. I mean, which is wonderful. So you're getting a really good bang for your buck. Okay. All right. So first, let's make our dangles. Okay. So we're going to grab our head pins here. Okay. Absolutely. And hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I'm just making sure. So we're going to put on a small bead first. So this is a small glass black bead. So I'm going to put that on first. Okay. And then I'm going to put on a bead cap. And that's what those are. Just adds an element of just beauty and design to your jewelry designs. And then I'm going to get a big plastic bead, glass bead, and put that on, and then I'm going to end with a bead cap. Okay, just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to take some of these beautiful beads, and I'm going to put one of the purplish grays on, and then one of the black ones also. Okay, just like that. Okay, so that's one dangle that is done. Okay, and if you don't have eye pins, you could just take a piece of wire and make a loop at both ends and you'd be fine too. Normally that's what I do, but I don't really use the head pins, so I wanted to try them out. So I'm going to put my small bead on first, okay, and then I'm going to put a bead cap on next, okay, and then a large glass black bead, and then a bead cap on top. And I'm going to switch this one up, so I'm going to do the cracked black bead on the bottom, and then I'm going to do the grayish purple one on top of that, just to add a little bit of contrast. So those are done. And then I am going to attach a small bead on, so one of those small beads, and then I'm going to attach this really pretty light, large spray painted bead on. Okay. And I'm going to attach 2 small beads on top. Okay, so those are what our danglies look like. Okay, so those are all ready to go. Okay, so next what we're going to do is we're going to make loops. So we're going to close these up. Okay, so I have my wire cutters here, so I'm just going to cut off maybe about a quarter of an inch. Okay, hopefully you can see that. Okay, so I'm just going to give that a cut, just because you want about a half of an inch to work with to make a loop. Okay, and then these are my round nose pliers. Now you can, they gradually get fatter at the top, as you can see there. So you can kind of select where you want, how big you want your loop to be. So I'm going to do mine kind of up towards the top because I want a smaller loop, but you could do a bigger loop. That's the great thing about jewelry, is that you can make your own designs. You can watch someone do it and then you can customize it the way that you want. So I'm just going to make a loop. So that's just going to be this kind of motion with my hands. Okay. And if you wanted to, you could bend it to a 90-degree angle. I don't do that. I just straighten it up on the stem with my flat nose pliers. So these are round nose. So I'm just going to take it, go to the very tip, and I'm just going to begin to roll it around until it touches that other side. And I have a loop there, just like that. Okay. But it's not a straight one. So I just grab the stem right below and I just straighten it up right on the stem. Okay. And then I'm going to use my flat nose pliers again. And I'm just going to create, just make sure that that is shut very well, so that no beads are going off. So then when I put it on the on my big jump ring, it won't go anywhere. Okay, so that looks pretty good to me. Okay, now if you wanted to attach these to a necklace or something like that, what you would do is you would just pull this up to open up the loop, and then you could attach it to your necklace. Okay, so I'm just going to do that with these other two. So I'm just going to snap a little bit off, and this time I'll go a little faster since I went slow on that one. Okay, I might have needed more, but that's okay. I like the beads to move a little bit around, so if you don't like that, then you can make a really large loop to where they really won't move around, but as I said, I don't like doing that. Okay, go, and then I'm just going to straighten it on the stem. Just take it, straighten it up, and I'm going to close it. Just close that loop. Make sure none of my beautiful beads are coming off. Okay, that looks very, very good, except it needs to be a little bit closer. There we go. That's better. Okay. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing. And this one I'm going to cut a little bit more off. Okay. And I'm going to grab my round nose pliers. Okay. And we're going to make a loop. Okay. Straighten out our stem. And these make really wonderful gifts. I know like everyone's in mixed media, which is awesome. So I'm sure that you have an art journal in your life that you love. So this would be a great gift. Or even for Happy Meal, I thought, what a wonderful thing to, you know, to include to your partner or someone that sends you something really nice, to give them one of these beautiful dangles that really just cost you cents to make. I mean, it just takes time, but it doesn't take that much time. Okay, just beautiful. So these are our danglies. Absolutely beautiful. I love them so much. So that's how that looks. Okay. And then I'm going to open my large jump ring now. Okay. And we can put those babies on there. So we'll take it and we'll, now when you open a jump ring, most of the times we're tempted to just like open it up like that. Just pull it apart like that, but it'll disfigure it. It'll be all wonky shaped. So what you want to do is you actually want to use the same motion. So you pull up or you pull down. But you're just going to kind of split it. Okay, just like that. Does that make sense? So can you see that it's opening for me? And then that'll make it easier because then I can just bend it back. Now if you wanted to, you could absolutely use a second pair of flat nose pliers. I love to use my hands. That's what I use, but it's up to you what you want to do. Okay, and then I have these smaller jump rings, so I'm going to open those up as well. So we're going to open those, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do with those. So we have this one. Again, we're just going to pull it open just to open it up. And I'm going to do that with all of these. Okay, just like that. And we're probably going to need one more. Okay. And just like that. Okay, alrighty, so what we're going to do is we're going to add our chain on there. Okay, so I just have all these chains. Okay, and I'm going to get kind of a larger one. So this is probably It's not quite a 10M, it's probably an 8. Okay, and I'm just going to dangle some of these chains off of these, about 3 or 4 on each one. And I really love the mix of these colors together. See how pretty that is? I just love it. Okay, very good. So we'll just kind of set that aside. Okay, and let's grab the larger one. So we'll take that. And we'll just kind of hang our danglies off. Just like that. Now I think I cut too much chain, but that's okay. I may or may not use it. I'm not sure yet. I can kind of get a sense of my design here. And I like to do all the components first, and then I can kind of get a sense of where I want to go. Okay, so that's all laid out too. So this is, I know that this is how it's stacking up right now. Okay, now for these components, I need to decide if I want them to hang. So I think that this is going to be, my vocal piece will be the key. Sorry, let me bring this up. I'm showing you like you can see it. Okay. So I'm thinking that this will be my vocal piece, but I really like that too. Alrighty, so let's see here. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is, let's put these on first. Okay, so we'll just, let's put our danglies on. So I have my jump ring here. So I'm just going to put on one dangly, just like that. That'll be my center one. Beautiful. Okay, and then I'm going to close up the one that has tons and tons of chains on it. So I'm going to close that jump bead, or that jump, not a jump bead, a jump ring, just like that. Give it a nice seal. Okay, and then I can stick that on there. And this will just kind of give me a sense of where I want to go. Okay, so that's very, very pretty. I really love that. Okay, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off one more length of chain. I think it's going to be this one, and this time I'm going to make it a little bit longer. Okay, because that's what I'm going to dangle my key from, and the other charm also. Okay, so I just want to make sure that it's long enough so that it dangles down a little bit more. Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that dangles down just a little bit more than the other ones. Actually, let's make it a little bit longer, I think. So maybe we'll make it about there. And you guys get to see me put a design together on camera, which I love. I love being with you guys and making videos, so I hope you don't mind. I'm sorry it's going to be a long one, but it's totally worth it. Okay, and then you're going to put that on there just like that. Okay, perfect. Okay, and then I can close that one up also. Okay, so we can close that. Again, we're just going to take it and just make that kind of motion. Okay, and then to hang off my dangles, this is the longest one. I'm just going to take the jump rings that I opened, the smaller ones. Okay, and I'm going to slip it through one of the links. Okay, so your chain has links on it, so I'm going to slip it through one of those, like so. And then I can just put my key on. So the key has, there we go, just like that. Alrighty. And then I'm just going to take my flat nose pliers and I'm going to close up that jump ring. Okay, just like that. It's gonna, this one's going to be a little tricky because I should have used a bigger jump ring, but that's alright. We got it. Just kind of push it together and it will work. I promise you it will. There we go. Very cool. Okay, so there we go. So we have the key dangling, okay, from that chain, okay, and then I have to figure out how I'm going to put that on there. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to stick it on there. Oh my goodness, that is so beautiful. Okay, and then we're going to just attach our other dangles that we made, just like that. Okay, righty, and I might need, actually, I think I can attach that one there. Okay, just like that. Okay, so I'm going to close up my large jump ring, but before I do that, I need to attach the jump ring to the lobster clasp. Okay, so this is my lobster clasp. I'm just going to take it and thread it through, just like that. And I'm going to close up this jump bead, this jump ring. I don't know why I call these jump beads, but what the heck? I'm just trying to invent something, or something's going on here. Okay. Okay, just like that. Alrighty, oops, and hopefully I don't lose anything. Okay, and I can just stick that on there also. Okay, and then I can close this up. So I can take it, and I can, oops, not drop it. Like I just did. Let's make sure everything's on there. I have to put the lobster clasp back on there. Take it, and close it up. In this one, you want to make sure that it's really closed well, because you don't want any of your dangles or anything to come out. The chain or anything else, and especially not that lobster clasp. Okay. So just kind of fiddle with it until you get it where you want it. Sometimes they can get a little bit misshapen, but I think that that's pretty good actually. But they are made to fit together, so if you just keep poking at it, it will work, I promise. Okay, just like that. Alrighty. I'm just gonna make sure that it's reinforced and apply just a little bit more pressure. Okay, so that looks good. So then I can grab my lobster clasp, see? And already we could dangle this off, but we're going to attach this one last component. So there was a chain that was a little bit longer. So again, I'm just going to take my jump ring. I didn't say jump bead this time, jump ring. Which, like, some people are so crazy, like when you mispronounce words, like they like give you nasty comments, and I'm like, dude, it's a word. It's not the end of the world. Everyone mispronounces words, and if you don't, then good for you. You're very sophisticated, but I do it a lot, and I'm okay with that. So you're going to just take your jump ring and you're going to twist it close, okay? But it's amazing how we have all those little things, you know, that we are so critical of each other on. And I don't want you to do that. It does not have to be perfect. It does not have to look like mine at all. I just want you to be creative and to make things. I don't think that you have to be perfect when you do very much of anything, because none of us are. You know, it's just all about having a good time and trying something new. So it's going to take time, but you will get it, and it'll be beautiful. And if you're giving it as a gift, or if you're making it for yourself, or even selling it, people will love it because it came from your hands, and no one can reproduce or create the way that you do. So I just want to put that out there. And you can do that with these just beautiful beads and things that I got from Panda Hall. So that's what this video is about. That's what this channel is about. But I just want to show you, look at how beautiful that is. So we made a beautiful dangle for our journal. Seriously, this costs pennies to make. You can order all the supplies at Panda Hall, and this is who sponsored this video. And thank you so much for watching. And I do want to show you how it looks when you dangle it from your journal. So I am going to pull you out a little bit here. Okay, so this is a journal, and this is the one that I made before off camera. That pretty. So we have that one. And this one, like I said, doesn't have as much dangles as the one that we just made, but the one that we made has a lot of beautiful dangles. Just so pretty. And you just take the clasp, the lobster clasp, and you just grab a ribbon or a spiral notebook or whatever you're going to use, and you just clip it right on there. Okay? Just like that. And look at how pretty that is. Isn't that gorgeous? And of course it'll be a spiral notebook so it won't slip off, but you can put it on too, just to be sure here. There we go. And look at how beautiful that is. Who wouldn't love that as a gift? And what a beautiful addition to your journal that makes. Just beautiful. So thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to check out Panda Hall, and they have wonderful supplies, and I'm going to put everything below in the link below that I use so you can order it and get it. Or and I just encourage you just to make these. They're so beautiful and they turned out so awesome. And if you have any questions, please let me know. And I will see you next time for our next tutorial brought to you by Panda Hall. Thanks.